All right, so welcome to one of many lessons in bones in Maya. Okay, now learning bones is very important. You get to, it's not just clicking bones around. There are actually very set things that I need to happen within the classroom that I want to happen so everybody's structure is good. Potentially wrong rotations on bones will just lead to chaotic messes later on within the classroom. So there's always these set rules that I want to be applied with this tool. Okay, so let's grab the evil animation joint tool. It's not quite evil, but let's just, as a new student, yes, it could be evil. Could be kind of boring too, but you'll like this. All right, so here's my animation joint tool. Let's click here, and you're going to come up with this set of tools. Let's reset them. Okay, first off, let's learn a little bit about the joint tool. And let's take it and click out like a new student would, randomly clicking joints everywhere in the perspective window. Okay. Now, let's take the joint tool and turn off the orientation to none. And maybe a little bit savvier artists will go in here and click some magical bones out. All right, now let's see what the potential dangers of these bones are, shall we? Let's say I take this bone and I go to the rotate on it. If you look, these are the X, Y, Z. Okay, so X is red, Z is blue, then Y. All right, so if I look here, I have this matching the coordinates to my other bone. It's within the same angle. If I click on the next bone, it also is the same angle of the previous bone or previous child bone. Okay, so this is root, and these are the children of that root. All right, so now next, let's kind of look at this. This is one I made with no orientations whatsoever. So it's not oriented to the bone previously. If you click on it, it's oriented to the scene. Okay, and right now, it's a bad orientation. And we're going to go into that. All right, and you can see, yep, for each one of these, they're at a perfect angle this way. Okay, so let's delete these bones, and let's do a little bit of a setup first. This is kind of how I think. Okay, see the compass in the corner. If you tilt it to be real, Z-axis is in front of me, X-axis is to the right, and Y-axis is up. This is true for algebra. If you remember those long-awaited classes in algebra where you doodled. So here, now, let's go into the bone tool. Make sure no orientation. Look at that. World axis orientation is up, plus Y. Okay, let's randomly click around. Okay, and let's go into the scale tool. Okay, now this is true. Okay. And there really is no difference between it, between what I showed you in this, but it is so good practice to keep this in true so that X and Y are up. Because later on, when you have these animations or you do a whole bunch of things, you always want to keep them the same direction that way, especially when we're building tracks and when we're animating bones. Yeah, this is very key essential stuff. All right, so that is just one-on-one with bones and orientation. And you'll see more later on. It's not going to quite make sense until maybe 3 lessons on this. And in the next lesson, I'll show you a little bit more.